So I could put it at the top, but I think I'm gonna put the handle down here this time. So what have you guys been up to? So I made a community blog post, I think it was a couple weeks ago, just kind of seeing what you guys are up to and wishing you a happy 2025. And I saw some web comics being made and graphic novels and all sorts of really cool stuff. So I decided to also pursue my passion for filmmaking, this year. I started a couple years ago, but I feel like this year is when I'm really on board as much as I can be at this moment while I'm still working on Neo Wonderland, which is my own creator-owned book. And I had one previously that was Lola XOXO. And so those things are going to converge, hopefully, at the same time right now. And this movement towards a different platform for my creator-owned stuff. I got into filmmaking just to kind of learn the ropes and to hone my skills on this new exciting media platform. Or medium, art form, art medium. Other medium of art that we're doing that everybody knows is called film. Without further ado, here is the behind the scenes for the music video. And I guess I'll try to talk through it a little bit. So we shot this music video with two cameras. We have the red KOMODO and then we have the Canon R6. And we're using zoom lenses because I wanted to get multiple shots and we didn't have a whole lot of time, so I didn't want to spend a ton of time like switching lenses. And we used the natural lighting from the window, and that day it was miraculously really, really bright. Usually in the winter around here it gets pretty cloudy. It's a lot like Washington, where I'm from originally. And so we used the original light, and we had two cameras, and we would rotate around Mike, and we tried not to catch each other on camera while we were filming the movements. And John loves to do macro shots and B-roll, so I knew that he was going to catch some really cool shots of the piano and just Mike's feet and hands and all sorts of stuff. So I was basically doing the coverage as much as I could, because it was a smaller space, so I wasn't able to pull all the way back and show the whole entire piano. However, I think it worked better that way because this song is very intimate, very personal and special in a way that like you want to get as close to his face, his hands, and his eyes as possible because of the emotions behind the words and his lyrics and the music and the piano and everything. And so we shot Amelia, which is the violinist, and we shot her a few months back when we were doing some footage of her while they were actually recording the track itself. And so we did that way in advance, and so we had the actual recording that went into the album, so she didn't have to like go in and try to dub. We didn't have to dub over the violin. And the same with Mike's vocals, where he's in the studio and he's singing. Those vocals actually are from the actual song itself.
Feel pretty good about that?
I think so. Might just listen to this last one. Sometimes, I feel like I just nailed it to the wall, and I listen back to the takes and I'm like, what was going on? But no, these felt pretty good, I think.
However, for the piano, he had to have the track playing while he basically played the keys again to kind of match up with the actual recording. So that was pretty cool. We did it a few times where he wasn't singing, he was just playing the piano just to warm up. And then, as he felt warmed up, we shot him singing, and then we did it a couple times because, it's been a while, and he needed a little bit of time to kind of get, used to singing those chords again. So we shot a couple of songs that way. The one that you see here, and then another one for hopefully another music video in a few months or so. All in all, it took us less than an hour to do. And since we didn't really have to set up lights, and it was all handheld, we didn't want to lock any shots in. I guess the one thing that we spent the most time doing was moving the piano around. the little tiny space, and getting some of the background stuff out of the way. So we had like this nice bright background that was so angelic, and it was like a juxtaposed to the shots where he's basically in the studio and it's lit with like stringed lights and it's very moody and dark, and so it was kind of cool to have that contrast for the music video, because it very much speaks to the song itself about like getting through a tough time for somebody and being there for them. And you know, it's kind of somber, and then it just kind of picks up, and there's just like this beautiful crescendo at the end of the song where the viola and the violin and then Mike kind of just playing on the keys, and so it just blossomed into this like beautiful thing at the end. And so I don't have the technical terms for it, so I'm sorry, but it is a very beautiful song, and I'm so happy that we got to be a part of this journey. And ever since I heard him playing this track live a couple years ago, I was just blown away, and I was like, I can't wait to have this album. And his friend said this, his bandmate also said the same thing, like it was just a masterpiece. And to be able to be a part of something like that I insisted, like, please let me help you out with this. Like, he didn't have to, do it, but he did, and I appreciate it because he's helping me out and helping me understand and learn my own voice as a filmmaker. And, going from filming myself on YouTube to actually learning how to do this. I mean, there is some overlap, but I believe it or not, it's like a different thing, a different beast, and I'm learning all this stuff. And it's a lot of fun. It's really nerve-wracking, though, because there's just so many moving parts to making a film, music videos, or just anything. It's like you could watch it on YouTube and how to do this stuff, but when you're in the field and doing the thing, a lot of things kind of pop up that you didn't realize would happen, whether it's memory cards, batteries, power supply, somebody doing something magical, and you hit the you didn't push the record button, and you're like, oh, I missed that moment. Like, there's been a few times where I just like wish I had the camera on, but I guess that's part of filmmaking. And then you try to make up for it somehow and get creative with how you would utilize and put things together with what you have. If you can't do any do-overs, which under a certain budget, like, there's no do-overs, and certain things are magical and they kind of just happen. So unplanned, which I love. So it keeps me on my toes.
Show off.
So, anyways, not to digress, but thank you guys for being on this journey with me, and I'm excited to see what you also have going on this year and beyond. And thank you for jumping on my channel and hanging out with me all the time. So please leave a comment below. Let me know what you're up to, and until next time, thanks for stopping by my channel, and I will definitely see you guys around.
Going like all that kind of stuff. You can build like a ski jump next to the piano and do that.
There you go.